Welcome back to Five Sages. Today is a very interesting episode. We have our first guest, and we are extremely excited to have you on. Uh, the way how we met was we created a Telegram group for a community. You joined in. You didn't hesitate to introduce yourself. You introduced yourself in a very spectacular manner. So it led us to reach out to you, and we met yesterday, and then we asked you how would you feel to be the first guest. So here we are. What we spoke about came back to reality.
And thank you for having me. I'm really happy to be here. No coincidences. And yeah, happy that we can talk and share our information.
We appreciate everything. We're actually here at her apartment, and it's a beautiful place. As we go on in the podcast, you'll know what she's built for herself as an empire, and she's done it all by herself. Solo 22-year-old millionaire. And yeah, it's a big deal for us to have a podcast with someone of your caliber. And thank you for everything. And let's begin with
Yeah.
tell us about yourself, Veronica.
So, as you already know, my name is Veronica and I'm 22. I'm living in Dubai for 1 year now, and I have my online business. I'm a manifestation coach. I'm trying to be focused mainly on now, recently, of helping Polish women raising their standards when it comes to relationships, building their businesses, and everything that is connected to manifestation, changing subconscious beliefs, and building better reality, changing reality to have the dream reality, not just whatever. And as you can see, we are in this beautiful apartment, which I'm really grateful for. And let it be the best proof that what I'm talking about, and also what guys are talking about in their podcast, on their social media, actually works. It's not a scam. So yeah.
Amazing.
That's the thing.
So, what we wanted to know, because a lot of people, when you put out 22-year-old millionaire, a lot of people are like, okay, how does this happen? Is it generational wealth? Is it self-made? So, why don't you tell us about your story? Where did you come from? How did you end up in Dubai, and your journey so far?
Okay, so uh, totally, it's not generational wealth, because actually I don't have any close person that has their own business. So I'm coming from a small village in Poland, really small. Like I had this privilege that we didn't have cows and fields and stuff. So my parents were working and still working from 9 to 5, but no one had any idea about having a business and building a one. But since I was small girl, I knew like there will be something, and even my parents were laughing at me because I was like 6 or 7, and I started using internet, and I was selling even my toys on internet, like on the pages, something like eBay.
Okay.
So we have Polish site which is called Allegro in Poland. So I was just like taking some of my toys and putting on internet, talking to people through my phone.
At what
and
age
so-
was this?
like I guess it was like 7, 8, something like this. I don't know what I was talking about with this guy.
She was making money moves from 7. Perfect.
Yeah. So then I was still going through this road that people told me is the best way to live life. So it was high school, then university. I started university. I was doing it for 1 year. And I was like, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. Because I felt, even though I wasn't living the worst life, because I was going to work 9 to 5, I was renting a studio, I was going for university, and I was paying for everything by myself. I was like, no, something's not good. It shouldn't be like this. I want something more. So one day I said like, I want to finish it all. I quit my job, I quit my university, I quit everything, and I had plan B, so it wasn't the worst situation ever, because I had my parents' house, right? Family home. So every time I just had this in my mind, okay, in the worst case scenario, I can go back there to the village for some time to figure it out what will happen.
Correct.
But at this point, I actually had some idea about manifestation, a little bit, and I was like, it will be fine. I feel it's the right decision to make. I made this decision. After 2 or 3 weeks later, my mom came with some offer. She said like, oh, there is this offer abroad in Germany with a work, and that was exactly something I wanted. And I wrote down on my notes that I have this work that they will pay me at least like 10k of Polish zloty, which is like let's say like 3,000 euros, maybe 2,000 euros, something like this, which for me was a good money this time. But what was the most important, I knew I would be able to travel somewhere and be more flexible and experience new reality. And that was also a crazy decision because I didn't know German language at all. I mean, I was studying at school, but it was just like, hi, hello, blah, 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 nothing special. So I made this decision. And long story short, in the meantime, I was growing my social media because I started posting on social media when I was, even before high school. I started with posting healthy recipes, then something about fitness, body positivity, but it wasn't growing that much. It was like slowly, but I was doing this because I felt maybe there would be some potential. And after I went to Germany, on TikTok, I was every time seeing tarot readings. So there's some woo-woo part that we'll talk about.
Yeah. We would like an explanation on what's tarots.
Okay.
As you go forward with this.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So basically, I was just watching these tarot readings on TikTok. And one day, when I was going back to Poland for some time, I was like, I have to buy these cards. I didn't know why, because I never wanted to be a tarot reader. I was also had this idea that these are some witches that are doing some weird stuff in a dark room, that you're going paying some money for this and they will tell you when you will die. So just like, I don't know. But I felt I want to try it just for fun, just to do something for myself. I bought these cards. After some time, I was just like, I want to do a tarot reading on TikTok. And after I did this, views were crazy. People loved my readings. And they started asking me, can you do a reading for me? Can you do a reading for me? So I started doing these readings for them. And of course, like they were paying me for this. So after this time, I did like 300 readings for people.
Wow. How much were you charging per reading?
In the beginning, it was maybe 40 dirhams, 50 dirhams. Depends what kind of, because you can ask one question. You can do like a reading about your whole life and
$7
stuff.
to $10, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Nice. So because I'm very interested when you mentioned you started with social media when you were in Poland, correct? And you've tried multiple things in different industries, but it didn't work out. So how do you realize whether something works out or no? Like for you, in your case, you've tried it, it didn't work out, but you learned something from it. So what can people take as good information from you? It's like they need validation that it's not the first thing that always hits. So what does someone keep in mind when they are starting something new, or how does that work in your field with your community?
I think the first good advice that I can give to people, don't think twice, just try. Don't think, do. I think it's also a good advice when it comes to business. So many entrepreneurs that are like start considering, is it the right move or no? I was always like, I will try first, then I will think if it's a good move or not. And every time it was perfect move, because I didn't think logically. I was just trying to see, trying to feel what feelings are coming about this decision. So that was also when I decided to quit my job and quit everything. I didn't know logically what will happen, what's the plan B. And like to be honest, I don't recommend to do these crazy decisions to anyone. Better to have some like plan B that I had.
Calculated decision.
Yeah, but also like brave decisions are important here. But yeah, I knew if something I can come back to the village, right? But also I knew it won't be the case. I knew something new will come up. I just felt that. I just felt from my intuition that it won't be the end, that, I will finish in the village without job, without university, blah, blah, blah. Even though my parents thought that that's the case, that they were even telling me, as I told you guys before, I was paying for my university, for everything.
Correct.
Because I was always like self-independent, blah, blah, blah. Stupid. So after I told them I want to quit everything, they even told me, you know what, no, we'll pay for everything, we'll pay for university, just stay there, because they were so scared that I won't have a paper, I will be like disaster and no future, right? Many people are thinking like this. Without paper, you will be nothing, and no one, you will die without
Yeah, there's no
money.
value without a degree in today's society. That's how they put it out
Yeah,
there.
but actually that's not the case. We have like
Yeah.
now we have internet, we can learn so easy how to make money or anything. Basically money is just like on the floor if you have this mindset.
Very nice mindset. Money is on the floor, it's available everywhere. You spoke about intuition. What is intuition?
So intuition is something that is not inside of you, even though many people are thinking, oh, it's something inside you, it's this like gut feeling or something. No, it's not inside of you. We can just accept this, what's coming, this feeling, this thought, this information. Intuition is something that is, we can say, like coming from a higher. Actually, for intuition, there is not like real science explanation. So sorry for that, because I know there's like big masculine community and you love logical explanation. So intuition is not like, we can't logically explain this. We just know that there's something from, as far as I know, that is coming through us. We just can like accept it, see it, like hear it, and use it in our advantage or no. I would say it's completely opposite than logical thinking. Logical thinking, we can only make decisions based on something that we already know, that we already experienced.
Correct.
So nothing new. When we can experience something new and something better, when we are starting doing things that we never done before, right?
Right.
Then we can grow, we can have new reality, switch.
Yes.
But when we constantly doing things from our past, from our experience, we'll constantly do the same, repeat the pattern. Why after I quit everything, I got a new opportunity? Just because I changed the pattern, because I felt something from intuition. So this messages from intuition will be always something that we can't logically know it. There's no logical explanation. That's why many times these informations that are coming to us from intuition, they are pretty scary, right? People are scared of making them because we don't know what will happen. But usually these are the best decisions to make.
Nice. So, how do you differentiate between intuition and logical thinking? There's a fine line between both of them, and sometimes even logical thinking could be comprehended as intuition. How do you make the difference between these both?
So decision made from intuition usually will be, as I already told you guys, not logical, not something that we already did in the past, and usually something a bit scary. But don't go into this direction that oh, I have to now do something scary. Trying to maybe to give you some example.
Yeah.
Like it would be something where you've never experienced it before, but you have an intuition that something's going to happen, so you don't know how to react to it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if this is the right example, but is dreams and visions that you see, whether it's positive or negative, could that be intuition that you could act on it? Like for example, there's been instances where in my sleep I've been in a dream where there's certain things that happen that scared me about like I've experienced car accidents and everything, and that on the next day has made me more aware. Like I would wake up feeling like, okay, fine, when I'm driving my car I would be more cautious. I have a rosary in the car, I would kiss the rosary just to be more cautious towards it. But is that something on that is related to like reacting based on intuition, or is it just logical thinking?
Actually, I wouldn't mix here on this podcast also dreams, because dreams are another topic, and most of your dreams are just your mind cleaning your emotions and what happened. It's just like we are dreaming, we are having dreams to clean our mind from all emotions during our day, to process it. Our mind is processing. There are some theories that what you are dreaming about is just like from different realities, but I wouldn't go into this direction, especially when it comes to accident. That's good thing that you mention it, because what's really important about intuition is that intuition will never tell you something negative. When it's
nice.
something negative, it's from your past experiences or your ego, because our ego will always want to protect you. It's trying to protect you to survive. So that's why for most of the people our ego is giving us very negative scenarios, and we have this negative beliefs just to protect us from something, right? So that's why you had this dream about accident and you were more conscious, but actually there was no logical explanation that it can happen, right? So it wasn't intuition. Intuition will always guide you to something that is positive. And when you are scared about it, so for example, let's take this situation that happened in my life, that I wanted to quit everything. Intuition told me the right thing to do. Quit your job, university, and thing, and you will grow to better reality. You will jump to better reality. But the thing that I was scared, that I had these thoughts also, because basically at this time I was also scared, what my parents will say, what people around me will say, how I will manage without university, what without this paper, actually I won't make any money or anything in my life. These thoughts were just because of my beliefs that society spread on me, and I took them as mine. So that wasn't intuition. Intuition only told me, do this, make this decision. The thing that I had negative thoughts, it's my ego, my negative beliefs, and I was the one who should take care of it.
Perfect. Apart from that, we speak a lot about creating realities, right? That's what manifestation is about. And Veronica is actually one of the master manifestors. When we came into her apartment, she was telling that she was here a month ago, and she looked up at this hotel and she was like, I want to stay here. And now today she's staying here. So this is called instant manifestation, which everyone could benefit from. We aren't there at that level, but we believe that we can easily achieve it. So what is quantum leaping? What is creating realities? What is manifestation? Give us an insight, like if someone's beginning manifestation, because it's a very new terminology for all of us. And how would someone start? How can they accept this? Because it's such a off topic. How is spirituality added in this? Is it a spiritual practice manifestation? Would like your insight on this.
Okay, so back to the story about tarot readings. I'm not doing tarot readings anymore, because then I was getting know more about manifestation, and actually we can everything when it comes to manifestation we can explain from science perspective, quantum physics, our biology, our own experience. So I just wanted to admit that not mix. I wouldn't like to mix here spirituality and this science attitude, because even in my personal work I'm trying not to do this. Most of the time I'm trying to more like tell people how it looks like when it comes to our brain, how our brain is functioning and stuff, because when people can understand it more logically, we need this logical explanation to trust more, to make our ego not be scared. Because when our ego is scared, every time we are trying to implement something new, right? Because everything that is new for our ego, it can be dangerous. It can cause some damage. And as we already said, the most important thing for our brain is to survive, to make us live more and like have kids.
Perfect.
So basically, what's manifestation? Manifestation is everything that is around us. All of this is manifestation. Why we are sitting now here next to this table in this apartment? Someone has this thought, right? Thought to have this idea, to make podcast, to sit here, to make this glass, to have this lime. There was an idea, one thought. Then this thought became a reality in 3D world. What is 3D world? 3D reality. Everything that is around us. So this table, this glass, this microphone, everything. So everything is starting from a thought, as we already said, right? First there has to be a thought, then after our thought we are implementing some action, then manifestation is happening, that we are seeing it around us. That's the manifestation. So if anyone says manifestation is fake, now you can't tell this anymore. Sorry, not sorry, because now you know explanation.
So for you, when you started off with manifestation, with understanding how it works for yourself, what was the first true event that you experienced which made you believe that this is real and this is something that I want to take forward because I know I understand it in depth?
So first thing, I think we have to also admit that every one of us now we understand it more, manifesting constantly, 24/7. Because since we are doing things, we are bringing things to 3D reality. There's no chance anyone can't manifest. Many people are saying, "Oh, but I can't manifest. It's too tough for me." Blah blah blah. No, that's not the truth. Okay, maybe you are manifesting negative things into your life, not something that you consciously want. But that just because you don't know how to use it wisely doesn't mean you are not manifesting. You are manifesting all the time. So now when we are learn how to use it consciously, how to use it wisely, how to use this tool in our advantage, we can start manifesting things that we already want, like this apartment, like having here this wonderful podcast, right?
Thank you.
So
Right.
So your first
Experience.
experience.
Yeah.
Give you a
Like your,
confirmation.
it could be your success story. It could be as small as just validation. How did you start believing that this
So-
is mine?
I think my first good achievement in manifestation was that I was born, actually. So maybe that's my parents' manifestation. Or maybe something from previous lives. But big event that I sat down and I was like, oh, that's a huge manifestation, was the thing that I already told you guys about, this offer to work in Germany. Because that was exactly one-to-one what I wrote down in my notes on my phone. And like basically I wrote down how much I want to earn, where I want to be. And it was so specific that I even wrote down that, you know, in Germany, many Polish people are going to Germany to work as a like maid or to take care of older people or kids. So even I mentioned there, I don't want to, I want to go there to work like this person, but I don't want to live with this family. I want to have like another apartment or something. I didn't know how, because like how can I afford it when I don't have money? But actually it happened. My mom told me, oh, in this offer they're actually also providing another apartment.
Wow.
I was like,
Amazing.
oh. And also I wrote down that, you know, I was considering that Germany is pretty like boring country. Like there's not like many interesting people. So it's like, but I want also to have some social life, meet nice people, going for parties. Like I was 19 or 20 this time, something like this. I think 20. So I wanted to meet more people, having fun in life, and the offer was in Cologne, which is very beautiful
Beautiful
place.
church there, I think, right?
Yeah, amazing. And what's interesting about people there, every time you will ask anyone, oh, do you have plans for today? Maybe you can catch up. They always have plans. They're always going out doing something. So parties, like restaurant, everything. Every
Green
day
light.
there's something going on. So I had like beautiful social life. Also I manifested right away, meeting new people there. They were treating me like family, like beautiful memories. So everything was perfectly as I wanted.
So, where were we? What were
I
we
have few questions about, again, quantum leap. Yeah, we'll just go in one question. So if I bombard you with too many questions, it's hard for you to get that train of thoughts. Quantum leaping, what is it? Because you mentioned in the Telegram group that you work with quantum physics and biology, and there's much more. We'll come to that. But what is this quantum physics, quantum leaping? Because we hear it very often when you're in manifestations. Your thoughts, please.
Okay, so there are many explanations for how manifestation works. Maybe the easiest one for me to describe now, I mean, the easiest one maybe I already described you guys, that how the thoughts creating your action, and then by action there you are bringing something to 3D world, right? But another thing is that something, the part in our brain, which is called reticular activating system. So this is the part in our brain that helps us filter the informations that are coming to our conscious mind every minute. So basically, every minute there are so many informations around us that are coming to our brain that we have to have some part that will filter them, because then our brain would be damaged. It would be too much. We wouldn't know how to react, how to act. So how our brain and this reticular activating system knows what's actually important. It knows it because of our, first thing, past experiences and beliefs that we are holding because of our experiences, and what we are telling our brain, showing that it's now important for us. For example, I guess many of people that are watching us now wanted to at least once manifest something, or they were telling themselves, I want to have this, if they didn't use word manifestation. So let's say you wanted to have red Ferrari, right? You started to repeating in your mind, oh, I want a red Ferrari. Maybe you told your friend, I want this Ferrari, I want this car. Then after some time, you started seeing these cars everywhere, on the street, on the TV, on the newspaper, on Instagram, TikTok, because who's reading newspapers today? I don't know why I use this. Yeah, so we can think like, oh, why this happened? Actually, now everyone has the same car, so I don't want it anymore. Like, why everyone has this red Ferrari? But that's not the thing that now everyone has this car, But the thing is, you told your brain, now it's important information for us to have this red Ferrari or to see this red Ferrari. So your brain is assuming that we don't need to see these G-Wagons, or since we're in Dubai, Lamborghinis or Range Rovers. We want to see red Ferrari because this information, for some reason, our brain is not thinking, is it correct or is it not correct? Is it important or no? It's just taking whatever you are telling. So now you started seeing everywhere this because your brain thinks, oh, this is important.
So when you give this example, how does a person relate this in his daily life, in, let's say, in his business? How does one apply, him or her? How do they apply it in their business?
So I will tell you how I'm using this. Let's take an example when it comes to successes of my clients. We have a lot. I'm a manifestation coach, right? So obviously I have my own successes and my clients also have a lot of successes. But it's really easy, especially as I told you, I became a millionaire when I was 22. I'm still 22. So that was in the beginning of this year. And my reality changed so fast, right? From living in a village, then like small city in Poland, for some time in Germany, but still when I moved to Dubai and I started having so much money. In the last year I started my company, right? So I reached this goal million almost 1 year after starting my company.
So you started your company in 2023?
Yes.
And that's when you moved to Dubai?
Yeah, I moved like half year later.
Okay.
So in my previous year, I earned approximately 3,000 dirhams. In the next month, I made 50K.
50,000?
50,000, because I started working with manifestation wisely. So for our brain, this jump, quantum jump, we can call it now quantum jump, it's crazy, it's super dangerous. So I was like, what's now with this money? Especially when in Poland we have to pay pretty high taxes, and every person will tell you in Poland, oh, business in Poland is so tough, difficult, like every business after 1 year will close and stuff. So I was the same, I had this assumption. So I was like, oh, what's now? How can I pay like few thousand of taxes when I was scared to sometimes pay myself a cream for my face for $50, right? So I was like, oh shit. But also, what's good about our brain, we are getting used to new environment pretty quickly.
Adaptability.
Yeah. But when my reality started changing so fast, right? A lot of money, a lot of new expenses, a lot of new clients, a lot of messages from people, because it was always working for them. I moved to Dubai. I started living in an environment like this, in nice apartments. I was able to go to Prada and buy myself glasses, Van Cleef, and all of this stuff. Oh, so first I was investing myself in my mind, not only Van Cleef and Prada.
So the first step is you have to invest in your mind.
Yes.
Or should you buy Van Cleef first and then invest in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, since we are talking from my manifestation perspective, you will manifest this money anyway.
Correct.
When you know how to do it. So it's not that important. But don't maybe we won't go deeper now here, like how to spend money wisely,
Yeah.
because it's like different topic,
We'll
right?
take care of it. Don't worry. Well,
Yeah, you know
take care of
better
it.
than
We'll
me.
take a
So.
belt press away.
Actually, I'm learning
Yeah,
from them now.
thank
That's
you.
why we are
We're learning
here.
that from you.
Yeah. Yeah, so when all of these changes happened, my brain pretty quickly was like, okay, so how I have to now how can I maintain it, right? Because once you will go high so fast, you don't want to go down.
Correct.
Because you get used to the standards, right? Living in this standard. So again, the main thing, our brain wants us to survive. And our brain thinks, oh, so now I need this luxurious stuff to survive because it's my new reality. So it's really easy to go into this direction that your brain will start looking for things that are not right to protect you, to try to protect you from going down and do something bad, instead of looking on what's actually right, what's actually amazing already. Because our brain can be like, why should I look at all of these successes and constantly things like what I already achieved when it's not dangerous? It's not dangerous, it's not useful, right? But thinking about like, oh, what can actually go wrong and what can actually not be good enough can help us not to like fall down in any way. So I think it's really important. Wait, what was the question?
Don't worry. No, the thing was, so when it comes to you making 3,000 to 50,000, let's look at this jump, because it's not a very normal thing that people experience, especially entrepreneurs that start off at a young age. People often call it lucky. So when you were at 3,000 dirhams a month, what was your daily routine like, and how did you decide to take certain steps to manifest a better reality? What made you realize these are the steps I have to wake up and do to manifest a better reality, so that a month later you've seen outer world 3D money come in?
I think the first main thing that we have to understand is that not actions, physical actions, will make us rich people, millionaires, or like successful people, or whatever we want to achieve in life, but changing our beliefs. Oh yeah, now I remember what I was talking about, how manifestation works.
Yes, in your business.
In our business, yeah. So when it comes to this example of red Ferrari, you change what you are telling your brain what is important now. You started seeing everywhere red Ferraris. So what was important for my business was that I was constantly telling my brain successes are really important, to be only focused what is already good, not to be focused what is still not good. Many people are scared to go with this approach, build their businesses with this approach, because they're just like, no, if I will be all the time focused what is now good, I want be focused on what I should improve next. But actually you shouldn't be scared, because if you will tell your brain, okay, celebration is important, celebrating your achievements is important, your brain will be like, okay, so since celebrating is important, I will show her more things to celebrate, more occasions to celebrate, because she told me that this is important. Same as red Ferrari, right? If you will constantly focus on what's not good, your brain will look for more things to improve what is not good enough yet. So you will be deep into this all the time. I have to do something, I have to do something, I have to improve something. So with this information, you should choose what you want to see more in your life. So as you can see, it's not anything like woo-woo, magical, or spiritual. It's just our brain and how we can choose what we want to be focused on in our life. So that's the first thing about manifestation. Second thing is, as we already said, quantum physics. We have something in quantum physics which is called observer effect. Here usually I'm speaking in Polish about this topic, so now I have to, it's challenging for me, but we'll make it. I have to be focused on what's
thank
good.
you for coming in such a short notice, right? No preparation.
Yeah, actually it's my second podcast in live in English, so that's a big deal.
Perfect.
So this observer effect shows us that, like, they were trying to see scientifically what's happening with small like protons and electrons. Sorry if I will make somewhere mistake, but as I told you, like it's harder for me to translate it, but we'll try the best.
We'll reach it. Don't worry.
This shows that whenever a person is looked as this small thing, it will freeze. But when we start looking at it, it will move again. So this shows that actually our conscious, it's really changing the matter. So it's not only like what actions we can make to change the matter, that now I have to, do some move to launch a new course to make money, but I can use my conscious mind to choose for myself a reality where I have more money. And let's take my business as the best proof. Most of the people don't get the results like this in the first year or in any time.
Yes.
Just because they are constantly believing in that they have to put effort to gain some result. As long as you will believe you have to put effort to gain something in life, you will have to constantly work. But we know that people who are working the most in their lives, these are not the people who are earning the most, right? Actually, the richest people are
Barely working.
right. So they all understand, and I think you guys are more interested in the like rich people environment, because I'm not reading that many histories of people. But yeah, they all know what is this about. That actually you have to change your way of thinking to change your reality, not just like constantly working.
It's the least amount of energy exchange that you have to focus on to get best results, right? Instead of putting max effort, because people usually believe when they start a business it takes 4 years to kick off, but like you did it all in like 1 month. So when we've applied manifestation,
1 year, sorry, that's important,
1
because
year.
people will
no,
think-
the 3,000 to 50,000 was 1 month
Yeah,
jump.
actually,
That
this
is
jump-
impressive. That's like not normal at all. So even when we've applied manifestation into our life, we went through a quantum leap, but we are not able to explain it to ourselves, but we know we've changed our mind as people. So how do you exactly change this self-belief system overnight? Like how do you start changing these systems?
So first thing, I understand what I just explained to you guys, that for my whole life I knew I want to gain some success, I want to be a successful person, but I was believing that having a success is a hard work, you have to put work every day. So I was really a hard worker. I was having this routine, I was waking up early, doing my workout even since I was in primary school. So I was this small like hard worker.
Hustler.
Yeah, I even had my plan schedule when I was going back from my primary school. First I was doing my homework to finish the most important stuff. Then I had like 1 hour to watch Disney Channel, but not longer. Then I had my workout on my laptop, and then I was doing also some other things. But yeah, I had the schedule, so I was believing in this hard work. When I understood that it's not about hard work, my whole life was like, what I was doing for all of these years, why? And I realized it's actually easier when you will allow yourself to believe that it's easier. So I understood that you have to change first your program, because all of us is programmed with some beliefs in our subconscious mind, right? From where are those beliefs? From like the most from our childhood and what our parents, society, and school told us. So even in school, they are teaching us you have to put some work. For example, like do a homework or write a test to get some result. And now I'm talking to girls constantly every day in my work. Girls, we don't have to do exercises. I know you want to do exercises because you are programmed from school that you have to first do something to gain something, but here it's easier. So we are constantly trying to change this programming to believe that it's not about work we are putting, it's about the beliefs we will hold. So that's the money mindset. Let's take money mindset. Money mindset is not to believe how much effort I have to put to be a rich person. It's about to change your inner beliefs if you are able to hold this money, if you are believing that you are a rich person. So first thing I used were affirmations, because affirmations, I guess many of you heard about affirmations, right? This sentences, I am rich, I am beautiful, blah blah blah, and people are thinking, oh, it's just like being delusional, telling yourself stupid things, but actually you're programming yourself. During our like one day, we have like 70,000-80,000 thoughts, and every of these thoughts are deciding if we will still stay in the same place or we will change something in our reality. 95% of these thoughts are from our subconscious beliefs. So many people are believing that their thoughts are true, right? They are thinking, oh, I'm fat or I'm ugly, and they're thinking that's the truth. But actually, that's not the truth. That's just because someone maybe told you in the past that you are ugly or you are fat, and you had this now belief, and from this belief it's coming this thought, and you are believing it's true. If you will start constantly every day telling yourself, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I have a beautiful body, after some time you will see a result that you change your belief system, you change your belief about this, about your body, about how do you look like, and you will see the difference in 3D world.
By putting the action into play, your body automatically starts going into that place of going to the workouts, to gym, but you're doing it more effortlessly. You don't think of it as a drag, right?
Depends. Because we have something like inspired actions. So it depends on a case. There are people who, let's take two girls they are both thinking that they are fat. And both of them started constantly changing their belief. They're telling themselves they actually have a beautiful body and they are super fit. One of them can have this thought of inspired action, that she will have this thought like, oh, maybe I don't like the sweets anymore. I don't know. Usually I was eating them, but like they are not attractive for me. She stopped eating sweets, and logically, she will start losing weight, because she will think like, oh, I stopped using the sweets, so I started losing weight. And second girl can still eat the sweets, and she will still lose weight, because she's doing quantum jump to a new reality, because we are actually creating everything. And logically people are thinking, oh, I'm fat because I ate sweets, but from manifestation perspective and quantum physics, it's not like this. It's not logical. It's never logical. So it really depends on a person, what beliefs this person is holding, and also in their logical mind, because all of us also has this logical mind, which will try to always find a logical explanation for things. For example, I guess many people who are now watching this podcast, they will be like, yeah, so maybe this manifestation works a bit, but maybe she was just lucky, and she came with this really popular topic. She went on TikTok, and that's how she built herself so quick. Logically, yes, but from manifestation perspective, doesn't matter. That's true.
So when you started and scaled your business from 3,000 to 50,000, for you to do that, you would have to attract a certain target audience. So how did that go about? What is your target audience? Give us a background on who are the people that are most interested, who reach out to you. Are they men? Are they women? Give us more perspective on this side of things.
Okay, so mainly these are women, obviously, because men are still usually in this way of thinking, oh, I don't know if it's true, I believe in hard work, in all of this stuff. Women are more open to believe in manifestation, in spirituality, and all of these topics. So mostly women, but there are some men also, and you are guys now interested in this,
Yes,
so
of course.
which makes me really happy.
Thank you.
Mostly women, and before these were more younger audience, because I was constantly posting on TikTok, so obviously we have more young audience there, and my mind was like, okay, I just want to spread message about manifestation, let all people use it. Now I'm more focused on also quality. I have my dream client, and I know my dream client is not only teenager girl. Also, if they are listening to it, perfect. But my dream client is someone who maybe already also has a business, and is a very like successful high value woman or want to become a one.
Okay.
So you started yesterday, you told us you started at 15, typically your business career, right? You started posting some videos by 15, so you reached till 22. Now you're a prodigy who's the literal proof of illogical events, because everyone's like, you become a millionaire at 30, 45, it's not possible. And this is the literal proof. We're here in this apartment, and we know you're the Mrs. Address. She only stays in address hotels since the past 1.5 years. And apart from that, what I wanted to ask was, how did you scale your business so quick? And what do you do, your empire? Speak more about the empire that you've built. And you've done it all alone, I believe. And yeah, the empire is what we are curious about. How many clients you deal with? Do you do one-to-one, or what's your thing? If you're comfortable with talking about it, definitely, whatever you're comfortable with.
Of course. So, when it comes to amount of clients, yesterday we started, I relocated my business on a new site, new website. So we had like 4,500 clients there. And
amazing.
what made me really happy that we had technical issues just because they were thinking, this website we're thinking it's some like, how we are calling it?
Cyber attack.
Cyber attack, yeah, just because of amount of clients. So I was like,
Right.
oh my god, that's amazing. I shouldn't be happy,
Right.
but actually I am.
One thing, give a shout out to your website.
Yeah, you didn't-
What's your website called? We'll even put it in the
Comments.
in the bio so people can go check it out. People can find out what it is, as well as your Instagram and everything. So what's the website?
Yeah, so my nickname on Instagram is V in English.
Yeah, yeah.
English?
Yes.
V? It's
It's
V or V?
you tell the company's name and then we'll drop it in the comments.
Okay, so VRKA.
Underscore.
That's good, yeah. S. Yeah.
Perfect.
And the same when it comes to page, it's just then it's .pl. But you will find it down, so it will be easier.
It'll make it easier for everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
So back to it again.
Yeah, so when it comes to, for example, let's talk about money because I know it's a juicy topic.
We love money.
When it comes to manifestation, that was in June or in March this year, something like this, we hit the goal 200. Whenever you have some amount of money and you know that if you will pay someone to clean your apartment and this 1 hour you can make more money, just do it. It's smart move, right?
Yeah.
So perfect. You explained about how you're a relationship mentor now using manifestation. And we have a lot of female followers because we checked our analytics and it's showing that we have a lot of female followers. So it'll be really helpful if you could help us on understanding how relationships between male and female work out. And I'll start with the most important topic is because we are manifesting and creating our own reality, you must have had relationships of your own in the past, or you must be having one now. How do people end up in, like, you're a manifester, you must have probably gone through breakups in your life and you must have heard this quite often. This will be the first question, right? How do negative situations arise in your life? For example, a breakup. Even though you're manifesting your dream woman, you're manifesting a dream life with this woman. What's your thoughts on this?
So since I'm not using manifestation consciously for that long, because now it's like 2-3 years, obviously it takes time until you will change your old beliefs. And when it comes to money, to be honest, it was easier for me to change beliefs when it comes to money, but more tough when it comes to relationship and love. And for every person it will be different. Some people will have health issues, appearance issues, relationship issues, or money issues. Every of us is different. So for me, relationships and love were pretty more tough. So I was going through breakups, and what we have to also understand is that because now people are thinking, oh, so okay, we can manifest a car, we can manifest a money, but when it comes to people, we are not manifesting them. But actually, yeah, you're also manifesting how people will behave towards you, what type of people you will manifest into your life, right? Let's say you want to manifest money and you are still going to 9 to 5 job, and you want to get a promotion. So you want to manifest that you will gain more money from this job. So obviously, what has to happen is that to your boss mind, this idea have to come that he will be like, oh, I want to give her promotion, so she will gain more money now. So you manifested also change of behavior of your boss. So you're manifesting other people. So we are constantly having an impact on each other. So that's really important to understand. That's why I really love, now I'm mainly focused on relationships when it comes to talking about manifestation, because it's so interesting. Like in the end, it's easy, but it's so interesting. For me, much more interesting than money, because money is just like so easy.
Pause. This will be the thumbnail where she said money is too easy. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yup. Oh, amazing. Yeah.
You're just changing your mindset about money, that you can have a lot of money, you're a rich person, you always have more than you always receive more than you spend, blah blah blah, all of these things, and you start having more money from this way or another. But when it comes to relationships, people are believing, no, I can't change their behavior because they are like this and that, so how can I change them? They have their free will. You can. You can. So that makes it more interesting. When it comes to breakups, I would say the better beliefs you have about relationships, and especially about yourself, because how other people know how to treat you and how to talk to you, the most it's based on how you are thinking about yourself and how much you believe that you are deserving of love in your life. That's the main factor. So
When it comes to your clients who come to you for relationship advice, is it because they feel like there's a lack of something, or what do they come to fix in the relationship? Like, how does someone identify that, okay, I'm lacking something in my relationship, this is why I need to speak to someone like you said, you're a person who helps people manifest a better reality for them. So how do they notice that, okay, I'm at a point where I need this?
So we can have two ways. One way is that I'm not a big fan of, is that people are seeing this opportunity. Oh, so now I can manifest my ex back and whoever I want into my life. Actually, you can, but most of the time when these people don't have any standard for their relationships, they're manifesting to their life some shit show. I know so many women, high value women, really. They have, let's say, business, or like they are super smart, super beautiful, like the beautifulest models in this reality, and they want to manifest some guy that the most that he can offer is just that he was born, that his biggest achievement in his life. Sorry to say that. I'm not saying bad thing about guys, because it can be also opposite. Guys are doing the same thing. So I don't find it good, but people who have some traumas, right? They had some trauma from their childhood and wounds about they're believing that they are not deserving of love. That's why they want to manifest someone that actually shows them, look, I don't love you. I hate you actually, and you still want to be with me. They are manifesting this situation into their life because that's what they believe they are holding. So they just found on TikTok, oh, use this love letter method or another manifestation method to manifest your ex back, or manifest a message from your ex. And our ego is just like, oh my god, perfect, I want it. But actually, it's not like, you can see that you can manifest 50k and live in Dubai, and you're manifesting message from your ex
who decide to be just born.
That's why now I'm mainly focused on helping women raising their standards when it comes to relationship. Actually, be aware what you want to have in this relationship. See that you can have more, and when you actually want more, you also helping this man that you will meet gain more and achieve more. So it's like win-win situation.
Right. Before we go further, you have some more questions because this topic is getting spicy. It's amazing. I want to go more. anything about money, business, because you're the man for that.
We are done with money topic because now it's all about.
Yeah.
It is easy, and it's a topic
True.
that if three people just sit, like if we three just sit over here for the next 30 minutes, I'm 100% sure we would come up with some solution or the other. But when it comes to this is your skill. Your
Yep.
skill is this mind that you've created of your own, that you have information on energies, manifestation, and all of this. So the rest of the time, we're only going to focus on that. And Fadil is
Yeah,
prepared.
prepared came with some questions because
God, looks
we're
like a
not
lot.
really aware about, like, we are good people to women, but we're not fully aware of the details, the intricacies, because you're a relationship mentor, you would know best. I would start off with, what's the difference between what you do? Are you a relationship mentor or a therapist? You can get quite confused between the both, right? Like, are you a therapist or a relationship mentor?
So I think the biggest difference is that therapist is just seeing everything from psychology perspective. And psychology perspective is also connected a lot with manifestation. Also, like when you're going to university to study psychology, they will teach you manifestation. Many people don't know that, but that's actually true. But I'm looking more from this manifestation perspective and also from my experience, because since, as you can like assume, that since I had like 4,500 clients, and with most of them I was talking at least one message, or with some of them I had mentoring, with some of them I had like call one-to-one, with some of them only like message with their results, they're shared with me what's going on. Some of them were in my courses. So also we were talking one way or another. So having knowledge from the book is one thing, but still, as we said, is still believing that you only can have knowledge or gain some results by doing something. So we are still believing I have to read book or I have to watch something to know something. But when you are changing your mindset to thinking, but actually I can have this knowledge from some like hire something, or same as I can manifest apartment or I can manifest a nice car, I can manifest that I am having knowledge, that I'm able to speak now today in English. Why I can speak now in English, even though I was struggling a few years ago to talk in English, just because I was believing I can. And I didn't attend any lessons since these few years. I was just like believing, and constantly some situations were happening where I were able to talk in English, or just I was just like doing these quantum jumps to improve it one way or another. Yeah, so also when you are going for therapy, most of the time I think they will just help you come to the solution by yourself. Most of the time I'm giving people tools to get the results very quickly, very fast. So we are not that focused on how to heal your wounds, how to heal your traumas, and going through the whole childhood, what was happening. Also, sometimes we're going back to the childhood, because as I told you, in childhood the most of your programs were programmed. So it's important information for us, but I'm just giving tools that I know will give you quick results. Like quick, I believe the quickest from many other tools. And yeah, you will change your reality.
Right. So usually when you give your tools, they probably go through a battle in their minds to break those limitations. And like you mentioned, that every answer is within yourself. You don't need to go seek a book or a therapist to get this knowledge. So most of them, when you give these tools, they apply it on themselves and they go through their mind battles, because you constantly talk about it's just a battle in the mind, and your clients listen to you and they apply it and see those results. So would you suggest someone to use manifestation and ignore therapy as therapy is bullshit, or do you think therapy is a very important tool, and would you suggest women and men to utilize therapy to their advantage?
It really depends. I think you have to first ask yourself what think you would be the best for you, because we shouldn't forget that we are the best leaders. Me for myself, you for yourself, you for yourself. We will know always what's the best decision to make, also from our intuition. So I think many people who will start only using manifestation and they're thinking emotions, because actually our emotions, they are not helping us, or not helping us to manifest, they doesn't matter. But from my perspective, when it comes to our human experience, they're actually important. So I would say taking care of your emotions is more important for your wellness, for how you will feel, not for what you will manifest. I mean, not like right away, because let's say if someone is angry, and after this feeling this anger, this person will have this negative thoughts, then you will manifest. But if you're just angry, angry, yeah, we
There's
wanna
food
know.
here.
Yeah. But when you're just angry, and there's no thoughts after that, you just know, okay, it's just emotion, I will release it, you won't manifest anything bad. So your thoughts matter more than emotions. But when I can see some people who are not taking care of their emotions, they don't have emotional intelligence. First of all, they're starting having making decision based on the emotions. And since we are entrepreneurs, we know how important is it to not do this actually. And since we are also posting on social media, we are seeing hate many times, right? So we can react right after, and that's not the point. So many people start when they came to this conclusion, okay, only my thoughts create, so I don't have to take care of my emotions anymore. What's the matter if you will have infinite amount of money, you will have cars, you will have even love of your life, health, everything, but still you won't feel happy and you won't feel grateful? Because many people think like, oh, if I will have this, and that, I will be happy. But there's so many rich people, super rich, that actually they are not happy, right? So it's not the main factor. And we are seeing a lot, especially I feel in Dubai. There are so many, especially in Dubai, people who actually, they don't have a lot of money. They just have the place to stay. They're going to job for like 3,000 per month or something. And they're so happy. Like we can go by taxi here, and many times I was meeting a person that actually were singing in this taxi or wherever, this driver, right? So it's beautiful. That's because their attitude towards life. So I believe the best way is to just, if you feel that you don't know how to take care of your emotions, you still feel that your traumas are affecting you emotionally, you can go for therapy and in the same time apply affirmations. Unless you have therapists that are telling you manifestation doesn't work and this blah blah blah, don't use affirmations, then I would think twice. But when you feel like your therapist is also open for this kind of topics and you can use both, perfect.
Mix of both worlds. Perfect. Next question I have for you is, in today's world, what's your advice to women who want to be entrepreneurs, CEOs? Because we have this concept that men should do all the work and women should just sit at home and cook and clean. We'll get to that too. But if a woman wants to make her own money, she doesn't necessarily have to be an entrepreneur by any terminology, have a physical setup. But what can she do to start her passion project or something that's generating her income, so she doesn't have to have any dependency on a male figure or anyone else of that sort?
First thing I would like to admit, I don't think every woman should be an entrepreneur. And it's not that I would like to say, oh, you have to have this and this and this character. But it's just like not everyone wants this type of living. So it's also nice to go from 9 to 5. I have my girlfriends that actually are doing this kind of job and it's their passion. And I think that's the most important factor, that they actually like what they're doing. So I would just like go, try many things and try to find something that you will enjoy doing, that you are putting energy to do that, but actually it's giving you even more energy because you are so passionate about this, right? If after this podcast, you know that I can manifest money. So I don't have to do my business to have this money. I can get it from any other source. Why I'm doing this? Because I feel this mission. Because I know that I want to change people's lives. I'm feeling so satisfied. Like now I'm the happiest person ever that I can sit here and we have this beautiful setup and we are doing some project, even though maybe we won't get any money out of it. We don't know. But that's not the point. The point is to just like be satisfied what you are doing in your life. So I would really recommend to every girl to just find your passion. And if you want to make money out of it, perfect. If you want to have a man who will be a provider, perfect. Just like keep in mind to have some of your money also. Money source, or he will give you some money source, right? He will like take care of it. But be passionate about it, because if you will constantly do something that you are not enjoy doing, and especially when you are a woman, you will struggle. You will struggle.
So just keep trying and figuring out what's the best route for them to go forward with. Apart from that, what's your advice to men on how to get any women of their desire? Or women to get any man of their desire, both genders. But since it's a masculine community, but like we don't really care which gender joins us, and we don't really care if we make money out of the podcast. We don't focus on money at all. We have that, we're happy. What's your advice?
Change beliefs about yourself. Because as I already told you, what type of relationships we will manifest into our lives, it's really depends on what we are thinking about ourselves in the first place. So if you are feeling that I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I should be better, you will never manifest your dream partner. But actually, when you are thinking about yourself, oh, actually I'm a high value guy, right? I'm successful, I'm having money, I'm reaching my best potential, I'm handsome. You can believe that you can also manifest a really good partner in a simple way.
Based on all of your assumptions in your mind, huh? So it's not mainly about your physical reality, about getting in shape and like talking to women or something like that. It's just based off your assumptions in your mind. This is what you believe. Perfect. You have any questions?
Yeah. What I wanted to know was, throughout your business since you started till now, like you help women be the best version of themselves so that they attract high value items around them, not necessarily just men, but a high value reality. Let's put it like that. Have you come across any one of your clients that has faced a problem where they've given up on this, but then they've actually found a way to use your methods and use your exercises and come back and show that it actually works? Do you have, even if it's one story that is there that you could share with us?
It's every day. Because when we are in this period of believing that, let's say there is a God, and I'm not saying there's not a God or there's not universe or there's not external power that you want to believe in, it's not anything bad to believe that there is a God and still using manifestation, right? It's only about understanding that we can say God is within every of us and we have impact on our life. Doesn't mean we can't believe in something external. Just don't give your power to something external. Okay. So there's this period because many of us were taught that there's something external that will only decide what was going on, what will happen in our life. So in this period between you will change your assumptions from this, oh, there's something external, I have to believe in this and I have to be okay what's happening in my life, to come to this new belief system that actually I'm the creator, I can decide what's going on in my life. There's this period, right? Okay. So in this period, usually it's pretty bumpy and people are just like, okay, maybe I believe in this, I can manifest something, but then I didn't receive my results, so I don't even know if it's really true. Maybe that was a scam, maybe she was lying. Then they're coming back because they saw some results. So it's always like this. It's never like, oh, one day I saw this information and now I'm believing in this and I have my dream life. No.
Yeah. This is what happens with all of us also, right? When we start fighting those limitations, we go through that bumpy phase because it comes into our outer world, it'll test us. Not always necessary, but like we do get tested in the outer world. Like once we start leveling up to become, change our self-belief about having a millionaire mindset, we start facing situations where millionaires would be tested in this kind of journey in terms of money or like stresses in your business, but it's about destroying those limitations and seeing the positive uncertainty, right? You have this concept about not necessarily seeing things in the outer world, like negative situations, right? What's your thoughts on this? Because whenever we say like we have to fight the limiting things, we have to fight it in the outer world. But you believe that you don't necessarily have to go into war in the outer world.
Yeah, I more believe that when you are in the same period of changing your beliefs, as I already told you, it's not like one day it's like this, next day it's like this. Sometimes it is like this, but most of the time it's just like your one leg is already in new reality, but your one leg is in the old reality. So let's say there was a person who had really bad money situation and started applying this work, these techniques that I'm talking about. So this person can manifest something good. Let's say this person found randomly like 1,000 on the ground, and I have cases like this. My clients did it. They randomly found something on the grass, or they got some
Unexpected money?
yeah, but like on your bank account, it came to them. They didn't know from who, from where. But then again, something bad happened. Just because they started, not because it's not working. So now, they have to pay for something unexpected, like fine, right? Or anything else. Just because they still have some negative beliefs and applying some positive beliefs. It was same for me. In the beginning, I had better times, I have worse times. Now it's not that possible that something bad would happen to me when it comes to money. That I will have some unexpected fine, or I will have to pay for something like, I don't know, the water would leak and I would have to pay for it, not without a reason. Maybe from my another assumption, yes, it would make sense, but not because I'm losing money, just because I have negative thoughts about money.
Perfect. And apart from that, the next question for you is, in comparison to psychology of the mind of male and female, how is it different?
I think men usually, because of also how our brains works, men thinking more logically, which is not pretty good for manifestation, because the less logic you are using, the better. But above that, I don't want to make any assumption that it's better for this gender or this gender. Maybe also as women we can do visualization better, but visualization is actually the same as affirmation. That's why visualization is not that comfortable, because what's the most important? Repetition, right? The more you will repeat something, the faster you will gain your results, you will earn your results. So when you want to use visualization, you have to do it so many times, so it's not really comfortable. It's easier to tell yourself, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, right?
Perfect. Repetition. That's a good point you mentioned, because we do already repetitions in the physical world while we practice football, while we practice any kind of sport. Why don't we do repetitions in our mind? When it comes to affirmation, everyone's like, it's voodoo, let's dodge it. But if you constantly speak to yourself about something good, it's repetitions. It's like mind workouts. Perfect. You have any question before I
I'm
move?
good.
Perfect. You're a good listener. You're interested.
I like to listen.
Yeah, we both love what you're speaking. It's crazy. It's blowing our minds off. So much processing to do once we finish this podcast. What's your thoughts on men and women? This is something you would love, because we went through some of your content you mentioned to us, and it's going to raise a lot of controversies, and we love controversial topics. What's your thoughts on men and women splitting bills, and women cooking and cleaning for their men? That's it.
That's it. Period. So basically, what I'm thinking about this is that women should pay for everything. They should clean and they should cook.
Perfect. We all got distracted, but good point. So perfect. Thank you. We'll just move on to the next question.
Wait. Okay. So here I'm. Obviously, after I'm talking about manifestation, you can maybe think, oh, so actually, since women can also manifest their own money, they can pay for everything or like half, right? I don't think it's good from also our biology perspective, because let's try to think about how it was in the past from our ancestors, right? It was always like man would provide food and will look for animal to kid to provide food for his woman, and woman was more about like taking care of kids or family, making this warm energy at home, and just being, and men were always more about doing, having challenges. And that's what I'm also like being now conscious when I'm talking about relationships, how it looks when it comes to energy, um, energies between men and women, to create a good dynamic between both of them, so relationship will work. So actually, even though a woman can manifest a lot of money, I don't think it's the best idea that woman will provide for family and will be this one factor that will do everything. I would rather go into this direction that still like men can provide, and then they can both manifest better reality for themselves, because as a woman, as a man, we are providing for this relationship different qualities.
And do you think women have to, if a man is earning, should a woman be sitting at home and cooking and cleaning and serving the husband like a slave? And one more thing is that you mentioned provide. The main features that we believe as men are to provide and protect our women. So when it comes to providing, it's a bunch of aspects, right? Like you can provide various stuff, and this is just money. That's one aspect, right? So are you saying that if a guy can provide everything, can the woman still provide in terms financially, and they have a comfortable relationship because he's providing every aspect except financially? And will this woman who is earning a lot of money be able to provide financially, and they still thrive together as a good relationship?
It really depends on the case. If man is trying to change this direction, perfect. Because it also shows if he's struggling with making money, and it's not like one situation that is just period of time, but it's like all of his life, many years, why he's creating this type of reality. I'm sure it's also affecting different aspects, and for some reason he's living this type of life. So it can affect relationship. That's what I'm believing in, and we can make something out of this. And we can also, like, a woman is important factor here, because she can also by her energy inspire him to grow and to earn this money. Because when a lady is really masculine and she's like constantly in this like businesswoman mode, and she's like hustling, never in her feminine, how she can be with masculine men? When she will be pretty masculine and he will be masculine, they'll be like bros. Hey, what's up? Like, how was it work? I was like doing this and this today. Like, where's the tension? Where's this dynamic, good dynamic between a woman and a man, right? So yeah, it really depends. If we are trying to change this direction and we are working on it, yeah, perfect. But if you want to have this all the time, that a lady is this one factor that's providing for family, I don't think it's the best scenario. We can live with this, even like many people are living families, having families when there's really like toxic vibe there, and they are living their life somehow, one way or another. But I don't think it's the best scenario
For a stable relationship. So you spoke about women entering their masculine and men entering their masculine and feminine side. You asked me a question in the previous podcast. I understand these concepts, but I don't really know how to explain it in detail. You being the genius with the encyclopedia worth of knowledge, can you explain more about humans possessing masculine and feminine, and how do we tap into a masculine and feminine, and what are the benefits, how to balance this out, to not be too feminine, not to be too masculine? Because I know for a fact when you enter too feminine stage, you become much more different in terms of how you work as a masculine, and when you're too masculine, you become egotistical. So how do we balance this out?
So first of all, we have both of these energies inside of us. So we can easily like switch from one to another. I have my masculine energy and feminine energy, and you as well. But what I would find the best scenario, the best way to have this in the mind, that a woman, a lady, can be like for 70% during her day in her feminine, and try to be like around 30% her masculine, and opposite for men. So as I already told you, feminine energy is more about being than doing. It's about being, it's about giving more sparkle, more colors to life, right? Being more passionate. And masculine energy is more about doing, achievements, hustling, trying to hit the goal, providing, making a safe space. So let's say a man would be more in his feminine. I would say he will struggle with hitting his goal, with working, earning money sometimes, because he will be constantly just like, oh, I just want to lay down and smell nice, right? I just want to. I think many spiritual men can go into this direction sometimes. I would be just like meditate whole day and just being all of this stuff. I'm not saying in every case, it really depends. And when it comes to women, lady, if she's so let's say also when it comes to man, if he will be only in his masculine, I would say most probably he will have issues with feeling his emotions. He'll be totally like not connected with his emotions. When it comes to lady, if she's in her masculine, and this word nowadays most of the women are in her masculine, they would be constantly hustling, also working, earning money, believing in doing things instead of just being, resting more, taking care of their emotions, feeling these emotions. They will believe they have to provide for family, that they don't want men to provide for them because that means they're weak. They won't take care of their cycle, for example. Also, why as women we have to remember that we are different. We have our monthly cycle, right? Monthly cycle. We're going through these phases because of our period. For you guys, you have only like daily cycle. Your hormones changing daily, on daily basis, right? During daytime, not monthly. So that's what makes us also different. That's why also as women we shouldn't work in exact same way as men.
Good information. Crazy information, to be honest. Like, it's blowing my mind off. I'm sure you've been real silent for a while now.
I'm listening. I'm
Good,
I'm
yeah.
I'm a listener.
Yeah.
Because that's when I learn.
Yeah. What are some of the common, easy to notice red flags in men that are deal breakers? This will help all of us men to get better women, because at the end of the day, we have to get a significant partner for each other. That helps in manifesting a better reality. So what can men take care of in terms of red flags or toxic traits? And I think we would know what we see in women as red flags. Or if you have any knowledge, share with us what are women red flags that we should look out for, so that we don't bring in the wrong woman into our reality.
Okay, so what's coming to my mind first is obviously this 50-50 concept. I would say for both parties, if a man wants to be like 50-50, red flag. If woman wants to be 50-50, like when you want to build this relationship, when this dynamic will be amazing, it would be better when man will provide right away and he will be able to do this than like splitting something. What else is coming to my mind is like also for both parties, if any of them talking about their exes means there's something, like they still didn't heal from this past relationships. Because what's important, if we are, same as we said about reticular activating system, right? If you are telling your mind that something is important, you will keep talking about this, thoughts will come up. If the thoughts are coming about X, means they are still like thinking and it's important for them for some reason. So I would be careful about this. Obviously, when they are not respecting other people, it's just like basics, right? Yes. Basics. What's for me, it's really important that the person is interesting, like doing interesting things in their life. And we can talk about many red flags, so I don't want to make it like super long. But what I would say is the most important for me is just like how I'm feeling with this person, what feelings I do have. Because as I told you guys, I feel for us, like me, for myself, I'm the most important leader, most important therapist, mentor, coach, even though now I'm using other coaches' methods and I'm learning from them also. I'm the best best source of information.
Yeah.
So if I am going for a date, I will think like how I'm feeling with this guy and how I'm feeling after meeting him.
Good. At the end of the day, we are creating our own reality. We can't let someone else be above us. We have to be number one, numero uno.
Exactly.
What is the women's role in this whole equation of creating realities with their significant partner? When a man and woman get together, what's the women's role? Because I've heard a lot about how women help in creating better realities, working alongside their partner.
So let's say, I know you guys many times are saying that, for example, when you're going to work or to growing your business or going with your friends and thinking about ideas, you're going for small wars, right? You're having your wars. So it's like constant.
You told it in such a cute way, but nice, yeah.
So we're going for this like hustling and very like rough, tough times. Because for us women, when we will meet each other, we're just like, oh, hi, what's up? How's life? Oh, tell me about these problems. Like, what happened with this guy? Like, and we're really cute. We are giving ourselves this safe space, really warm energy. But you guys are like hustling. So it's pretty tough. You need some rest. So the best thing that a woman can give you is that when you're coming back to her, to this warm energy, you can take a rest much better than a man who doesn't have this nice woman in his life. And you can get all of this support obviously if the woman is the supportive one and grateful one for what you are doing for her. She will give you all of this energy that she fulfilled herself with doing what is really passionate for her, because as women we are more absorbing, we are receiving, we are not givers, right? Even when it comes to sexual part, we're having the same pattern, right? We are receiving, we are not giving.
What do you say about this scenario? Let me just paint a picture for you. A man who's going out to his mini war, like you mentioned, his 70% masculine side going out and coming back to his household, is in a relationship with a woman who's also doing the same thing. Not because she needs to, but because she wants to. She's passionate about her job. She's also doing a 9 to 5. So in this kind of relationship, how can a man help give a woman a relaxing time? Because both have expectations of the same thing. Then you have two people coming home with the same expectations of wanting something from the other. So in this kind of situation, from your perception of life, what do you think works out?
I think the best thing actually this man in this case can give this woman is just like this thought that if she don't want to go to this job tomorrow, she doesn't have to. But because that means she's going there because she wants to. So that's her choice. So she's feeling more stable, more safe, just because he's there also, right? Like the best case would be, in my opinion, where she's passionate about this work, as we already said, but doesn't mean when she's coming back home, she can't go back to her family. Because also, like, when you are seeing my work, when I'm at my work, most of the time I also have to be in my masculine because I'm doing things.
Correct.
Okay, I'm being there. I'm here and now, trying to be the most in my present, but still I'm doing things. I'm teaching people. I'm trying to reach my financial goals, my manifestation goals and stuff, right? So what's for me in the relationship is the most important, that when I'm actually going to meet my man or like going out for a date or whatever, I'm not at work. I'm switching to my feminine.
Okay.
So I'm not going for date and being so bossy, right? And trying to teach this man. Because in the past I was like this, and I know many women are struggling and they are still like this. They are sitting with a man and just like, yeah, but do this instead of this. You should be like this. Why you're not doing this? Or go this and do this. Like, they are so bossy and controlling and stuff. They are still in their masculine. But when you are at your work, you have to be more in your masculine, because obviously, like, in this life, I'm not that delusional to think like, oh, so now every woman will sit at home and painting and cook some beautiful meal and they'll be super in her feminine, because not everyone wants this, right? I have my clients who are amazing, like traders. They are doing many jobs that are considered like for men, and they're loving this. So what I only want to show them how to be with a man and switch into their feminine. Same for men, right? You can go for this small war, but when you're going to your woman, you can be like, you have to behave different, like
Correct.
not like with bro.
Yes.
So why you want her to pay 50-50 if she's not your bro? So you have to have different attitude. You just have to do this switch.
Got it. That's very insightful, because it's two different perspectives of life as well. Because like from my side, when I think about it, it's, if I were to come home to my partner being that way, the only thing that I believe I would do is just, like you said, access the feminine side, not in a bad way, but in a good way, where you show care. You show that I'm here for you. You have my time, because that's what is needed. The last thing people want is, when you come back home, you've done your war, you come back home, now you're just negligent and then you just go to sleep.
No, it's not about
Yeah.
totally.
What I would say is, make the female not think at all. Like, when you go out, know what to order for her. So she stops thinking, she stops stressing, she's tapping into her feminine, so she's being more present. Otherwise, their mind is going to be like, what do we order? Where do we park our car? Where do we do? So if you can shut that entire thing off, which is my belief system, right? If you can make them just walk into a lake of water because you're so lost in their thoughts, that's the best way to help them tap into their feminine side. Like, take care of their cars and like etc. Like whatever you guys think is the best way that your woman is stressing about something, take it off her chest. And again, if they constantly stress about it, that's something they have to deal with, because every person is for themselves at the end of the day. If they don't change their belief system, it's always going to be an issue.
Yeah. I believe like when our man is allowing us to living on this autopilot or princess passenger mode, best feeling ever. And we will glow up, then do glow up, we'll feel better, we'll be really like nice partner also, because when many women are in their masculine, then they're just like constantly pissed off on their man, and men are also becoming pissed off, why she's not feminine, or what's going on, where's our tension, why we don't want to have sex anymore, right? Because there's not this right dynamic.
Perfect. With that being said, we really appreciate your time, effort, energy, the value, information. It's been crazy. I'm sure like whoever watches this podcast is going to, just by tapping into this podcast, this energy, they'll manifest things quickly and they'll be like, whoa, I've seen this, because since yesterday after we met you, like we've had like various insights about life and everything changed really quick. So we appreciate your time, effort. You've been our first special guest. Wow. And it's amazing, and many more from here. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Have a great rest of your week. See you next week.
So guys, today's show is completely different from the usual that we always talk about, which is wealth and mindset. We had a first guest. This has been it's our milestone that we've kept for ourselves, and we're so glad we could share that milestone with you. And we've done another podcast on Veronica's channel. We'll put it in the description. You guys should go and watch it, because all you guys know of us is wealth and mindset. It's all we share about. But for the first time, we've been in a position where Veronica's got us to share our thoughts on relationships, women, and how we view certain obstacles and everything in life. So that's a good take to go and watch. It's really worth it. And please subscribe to us, subscribe to Veronica. You get a lot of value from her. If anyone who's looking for manifestation, coaching, whatever you want in life, just know what she's convinced us today, or at least convinced me, is it all works out. It all works out. Give it time. Put your focus in the right place. It all works out. Right?
Easy.
Yeah,
Thank you guys.
exactly.